Work, work, work. There we go. God, I'm having lots of audio issues. Are you working? Are you going to stay working? Okay. Okay, do we have. All right. For fuck's sake. I don't know. Uh, I'm having lots of audio issues this week. Like, none of my inputs are wanting to play nice with Streamlabs. I don't know if it's a Streamlabs issue or a computer issue. Better not be a computer issue because I just built this fucker. Um, but sorry that it's so early. But the two of my California girlies are here. My wonderful, wonderful YouTube wife. Thank you for being up so early, Mademoiselle Scythe, or just Scythe, and Lizzie R. Good morning, dear. And Heather, Stitch and Stream. Good to see you. It is early, but I wanted to get this out of the way and then get on with my day. I did not mean to rhyme. I'm gonna have to speak up because I'm using a different mic. Oh, anyway, yeah, it's been a week. It's been busy. I'm back to my 30 hours for my part-time job, which I didn't get to this week because I had other crap going on. If you aren't in my Discord, there's a critter in my dryer vent. I think it's a squirrel. I think there is a squirrel in my dryer vent, and nobody's scheduled to come out until Tuesday. So that's fun. But it's still alive because I heard it this morning down there making noise. So, yeah. Um, so I have a pet squirrel, and and I want it gone. Fucking squirrel. It's loud, it's chittering, it's just annoying. Uh, but yeah, so I need to figure out why various microphones are not working with Streamlabs. It's very annoying. Um, but um, yeah, Lizzie R. It means I can't do laundry if there's a squirrel in my fucking dryer vent. Also, if the venting to the outside of the house from your dryer gets too clogged, it's a fire hazard and your house can catch on fire. So, there's a life tip for you when you get out into the world on your own. Make sure that you keep the dryer venting clean. Um, But it's a fire hazard. There was actually a house about a block away from me that caught on fire last year, um, 2 years ago, um, because of their dryer vent. And I just had mine cleaned out this past November, and it hadn't been cleaned out for like 2 years. So, yeah, so I can't have a squirrel building a nest in there or chilling in there, blocking the venting to the outside of the house. And yes, Heather, when it dies, it will stink. And that goes into my dryer. I don't need my clothes smelling like dead squirrel. But it also means I'm not going to be able to do laundry until like Wednesday, which is okay. I just did laundry this past Wednesday, I think. So I'll be okay on clothes. But I spent like 2 hours Friday morning trying to call places to see if they could come get this squirrel. No, not that. Not that, Lizzie Art. That needs to be kept clean too, but I'm talking about the dryer venting that goes to the outside of the house. If you look behind the dryer in your house, you're going to see like probably a flexible like conduit hose, like a flexible like aluminum insulated hose that goes to the wall. That's what I'm talking about. That can't be blocked. So, yeah. So the dryer venting that goes to the outside, like Stitch and Stream is saying there. Um, yeah, I don't want this squirrel in my house. I want it gone. Um, but I spent like 2 hours calling places, and um, so I called animal control for the city after I called one place that I got a hold of, and then they said they don't do that, so they gave me the number to the conservation office. So they might have somebody. So I called the conservation office, which is just a few miles away, down at the August A. Bush Memorial Conservation Area. And they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, do you have any numbers? And they're like, yeah, let me give you the number to Critter Control. So I called Critter Control, and she's like, oh, we already have you in the system. She's like, did you call this morning? And I'm like, I called a different place this morning. She's like, was it True Tech? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. She's like, we go by two different names, so we already have you in the system. She's like, we have you scheduled for Tuesday. She's like, but if anybody cancels before then, we'll try to get you in earlier. Um, I'm like, okay, but I'm going to try to call around to see if I can find somebody to come out sooner. And she's like, that's fine. She's like, but you still might want to keep the appointment with us, because we will come check and we will repair any damage that it may have done. Because at first, I thought it was maybe a bird. But then, like, later in the day, I heard it, like, kind of, like, chittering. I'm like, oh, it's a squirrel. She's like, we'll repair any damage it may have done and try to put something in place to keep it from happening in the future. So, I called another place Friday morning, and she's like, this guy, whatever his name was, we'll call him Bob. Bob isn't working today. Let me call my manager, and he'll give you a call back. They never called me back, and nobody's been out yet, and it's Sunday. So unless somebody cancels tomorrow, the squirrel is probably going to die, because I don't think it can last that long in my dryer vent without food and water. Unless it's made itself a little home in there and it's squirreled away some nuts in my dryer vent. I don't know. Yeah, Lizzie R, come get that squirrel. So, that's fun. It's been storming, it's been raining all week. I was going to stream yesterday, but my internet was dropping like randomly during the day, and I didn't want it to drop during my stream. So, uh, it finally stabilized kind of in the afternoon. So, I spent all day working yesterday. So, today is my day to get house stuff done and run some errands. So anyway, that is my little blathering for 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and put my phone on the charger. And I am still loving my Ninja Creamy. I forgot to put a picture in Discord last night. um, of my, as Amberlynn would say, spataccio ice cream. Pistachio. Pistachio. No, I can't say it correctly. All right, let's, we haven't popped this into the chat in a while. So we're going to, yes, baseball. The Cardinals hopefully will do well this year. So, hey, Aaron, you haven't missed anything except me talking about the squirrel. Except for me talking, you haven't missed anything except for me telling the saga of the squirrel in my dryer vent that is still there. Oh, you made matcha ice cream. Matcha is hit or miss for me, Lizzie R. When I was in Seattle, in 2020 for a job interview with Amazon, there was a matcha place behind my hotel, and I went and got like a matcha drink tea. Aaron, the goddamn creamy. Hey, I like my creamy. I'm gonna put a picture in the food after I stream. You know, one of my like I posted, not all, well, everybody in here currently except for Lizzie R are in the Discord. So you saw my little post of the screen cap from Facebook of one of my cousins commenting on one of my pictures saying, I might have to hate you if you weren't my cousin. So, oh, it's a dog barking. Yeah. Baseball is great. I haven't been able to watch the Cardinals in a couple of years because they aren't on a channel that I have. And I haven't, yeah, it does kind of taste like grass, Lizzie R. And I haven't been able to make it down to the stadium to watch a game. Why are you leaving me, Sai? You want one, but you'll cover the name with a sticker? My brother sent me a message like Thursday night maybe. He sent me a message and he was like, "Hey, what's this creamy stuff you're making?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm using the Ninja Creamy, to make ice cream." And he's like, "Yeah." And he thought the creamy was like powder, or because he was like, "Do you have to have a Ninja to make it?" I'm like, "You have to have the Ninja Creamy." And he's like, "No, do you have to have a Ninja?" And I'm like, "Let me call you. I think you're confused." And he's like, "I'm not confused." So I called him anyway. And I'm like, "No, the Ninja Creamy is the name of the ice cream machine." And I sent him a picture of it. I'm like, "You can make ice cream, gelato, sorbet, milkshakes." And he's like, "Oh." And I'm like, "So all I'm doing is ooh, thank you, Stitch." Um, I'm like, basically, I'm just freezing protein shakes is what I'm doing and turning it into ice cream. Um, so instead of sitting here drinking a protein shake, I get to have like a dessert instead. Um, and I've made some without like protein shakes, like the pistachio one that I made last night was just using pudding mix, like a couple of tablespoons of pudding mix. Oh, you hate the word. Oh, so it doesn't say creamy on the machine, Aaron. It just says Ninja. It doesn't say creamy on the machine, so you're good. Um, but yeah, I have a few ice creams ready to go. So yes, so my brother was like, he's like, "Oh," and he's like, because Philip was wondering what it was, and I shared a lentil soup recipe with Philip because apparently Philip really likes lentils, and my brother not so much. Um, and so I asked him if he wanted a Ninja Creamy for his birthday coming up in May, and He's like, no, maybe we'll add it to the wedding registry. So I might end up buying my brother a Ninja Creamy for a wedding gift or something. I don't know. But I don't know what to get him for his birthday. I need to get birthday gift ideas for my brother. So. Alright, well, that is enough of me just blathering on and on, giving people time to wake up and get in here. Give my wife time to come back. I have 2 cups of coffee ready to go here. So, we do have some Amberlynn read today. I'm a little behind because, life. Alright, I need to get shelves hung up today. That's part of the plan. I was going to do it last weekend, but I hurt my back somehow. I tweaked my back last weekend. So, let me get my screen up here. There we go. She is loving the mesh. I still need to make that fucking video. It's been like 2 months. I've been meaning to make this video because I bought this freaking mesh shirt. And it's going to be so out of date, but it's okay. We'll get it made. I'm still going to make it, I promise. Because it's still relevant. But we have a video from Amberlynn. This is from Thursday. It's her Let's Talk episode 2. I was a controlling girlfriend, and maybe I am the problem. You think? See, this is where I would insert my little Taylor Swift little clip. I'm the problem, it's me. I still don't have my Stream Deck hooked up, I'm sorry. That's a plan for today as well. Get the Stream Deck hooked up. So... Oh, you've been painting all weekend. Yeah, your back is going to be hurting. Your back is going to be hurting. Yeah, and we do still have live streams and videos from Beck with Destiny, and then just Beck by themselves to catch up on. But they're much longer. We'll get to them. We'll get to them. Thank you, Stitch. I appreciate it. I won't be busy forever. I won't be busy forever, so that's a good thing. I won't know what to do with myself whenever I stop working 2 jobs. I'll be like, what do I do with this free time? I don't know what to do. The top of my computer is getting dusty. Need to figure out why my fans aren't changing. My PC's having a few issues. It's driving me nuts. But anyway, let's see. If you do happen to be new here, I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25. Because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So that being said, let's see if Amberlynn has any light bulb moments during this little Q&A.
Hello, hello. Welcome to a new Let's Talk, episode 2. I enjoyed episode 1, so I know I'm going to enjoy this one as well. This is literally like a Q&A on steroids. So we're just going to like hop right into it. But let's get into it.
Is her volume okay for you guys?
To sweet and sour.
Ooh, the sweet and sour. The lace top would be a sensory nightmare. Yeah, that would feel kind of weird.
This is where I am taking a random YouTube
I haven't tried on that mesh shirt yet, but I know it's going to drive me nuts.
generator comment picker, and I'm going to be going to my last Let's Talk episode and choosing random comments from—
Oh, that's not a good idea. That is not a good idea to be picking things from the YouTube comments.
there, and then we're going to read them together. So let's do it. Hot Dog Pasta said, I wouldn't exactly call you clever. ... Cringe? Absolutely, but never clever. Well,
When was Amberlynn saying she was clever?
I can agree to disagree. Lena XX575 said, how do you even masturbate? You can't.
Why are we asking Amberlynn these questions? I mean, she can reach down there. She can reach there. But, there are devices toys she could possibly use as well. But why are we asking Amberlynn? Why are people leaving comments like this? Linux575.
Can't even reach there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you in my bed with me? I absolutely can.
No.
Trust that. CSF.
Let's see. It is also being it is also giving fat phobic. So she's using a comment picker from an extra. Oh, Heather. She's using a comment picker from like an external YouTube comment picker, but she is choosing to post that comment in the video. Aaron. Those are pretty long. They are, yeah. That's
801 said, it is also giving fat phobic. Like, she thinks being fat is inherently ugly, but we are the ones being fat phobic. ... I have always been about body positivity. One of my celebrity crushes is Tess Holliday. I have been very vocal about that. And she...
Have you? I don't think I've ever heard her say anything about Tess Holliday. I do like Tess Holliday's Dolly Parton tattoo, though. That is Dolly Parton, isn't it? Dolly Parton is incredible.
is plus size. She is what people call fat. But to me, she is so attractive, literally stunning. I do not think fat is ugly. But for me, I think I'm ugly a lot. I have a random day here and there where I'm like, ooh, she cute. But besides that, I think I'm ugly. That's a personal problem. That's not about anyone else. Kayla.
I think a lot of people have that. Is Libby blushing? I could be. Yeah, I think a lot of people have that issue, thinking poorly about themselves, but thinking better of others. See, Ember says something once years ago. I've been so open about that, you guys. Yeah, Tess Holliday is a little cringe. She is. I agree. She's very pretty. She's also a little full of herself.
Lady Sun 89 said, I just graduated with my master's and landed my dream job at 36.
I think she does have a Miss Piggy tattoo, Aaron. Yeah. Yeah, it's never too late.
Never too late to be who you want to be. That is freaking amazing. Congratulations. And that is like motivation and inspiration for all the people who are in their 30s and they feel like it's too late. Because trust me, I have felt that way multiple times, but you proved that it's not. So congrats. Lexi.
Yeah, you can, just because Amberlynn's 34, there's still time. When I was in university in my 20s, all of my 20s almost, I had a classmate that was like 50 getting her degree in English. It's never too late to do what you want to do, to learn something new, to apply yourself, to learn new skills, to figure out what you want to do. People change careers later in life all the time. You know, you don't always figure out what you want to do immediately in life, or you have to change careers. Maybe your job becomes obsolete, or maybe you just don't like it anymore. But for Amberlynn to have never really had a career yet other than YouTube, what's going to happen if and when YouTube ends? You know, what are you going to do after that? So, yeah, Stitch. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress till she was in her 40s. That's awesome, Sai. Just for fun, though. Yeah. There was an actor, Danny Trejo. I don't believe was in his first movie until he was in his 40s. Morgan Freeman as well. They didn't get their first role until like late 30s, early 40s, I think. So sometimes you just you figure out and get going with what you want to do later in life. Yeah, same Stitch. I can't wait to hear all about what Sai is up to and what she wants to do, because she can do anything she wants to because she is amazing. You're all amazing. You can do whatever you want. We should be lifting each other up, right? Unless you're an absolute dick.
Miranda 6708 said, I don't have Instagram. I feel like I miss out on so much. Well, you got picked for the random comment, so it looks like you're not missing out on much. All right, now we're about to do sip.
But but she's missing the Instagram post. Granted, Amberlynn hasn't been posting much on Instagram lately. Uh, she's been posting basically things to get questions. She posted today asking for like weight, body, whatever related questions for her Q&As. Aaron, my retirement plan is acting good plan. Heather says Tim Allen was a drug smuggler. He was. Tim Allen was yeah, it's a little crazy. You want to be the cute grandma?
In community where every single Monday I post.
Brainstorming is my superpower, not organization. So Canva Whiteboards gets all my ideas sorted with one simple click. Sorted.
Post. Y'all.
Sai says I want to lick rocks. You're gonna get that geology degree? Yeah, so Stitch was streaming the other night and she had rocks that she'd cut with her family, and she was talking about like eating or licking the rock, and I'm like, hey, I'm like, geologists lick rocks all the time. I had several friends in university that were geology majors, and geologists will often lick rocks to kind of see the porosity of the rock and to see if it'll like stick to their tongue, because that can help determine what kind of rock it is. So, do I have a text message from someone? No. Okay.
Y'all ask me questions for my next Let's Talk on my community tab on YouTube. So I can go. Okay, now we're about to do Sip in Community.
I lost audio for a second.
Where every single Monday I post. Y'all ask me questions for my next Let's Talk on my community tab on YouTube. So I can go through, scroll through. We can.
That's not gonna be a good idea.
Have a conversation. I can answer some of your questions, so let's get into it. Why do you not think you are the problem in every failed relationship you've had? I'm fully aware that I am the problem in some. I'm not the problem at all. And where I am the problem, I have admitted to that ad nauseum. I just think that people villainize me.
Look at her using new words ad nauseum. Sigh.
So much that they're not able to see that there's also other people in the equation who also are a problem. How can you?
So, there are always two people involved in a relationship, of course. No, they're not eating the rocks, Aaron. They're just licking them. So, has Amberlynn been the problem in her relationships? She's been a huge chunk of the problem, and a lot of that would have to do with her undiagnosed mental health disorders. Doesn't mean that she's not the problem, though. Now, your partners could also be toxic or could not be good partners. So they could also be a part of the problem. But if we're looking at like percentages, Amber's probably more of like the 70 or 80% of the problem. And the other person probably about 20%, 20 or 30%. I think it could also be the type of people that maybe Amberlynn attracts into relationships. Might be more passive, or she might go for more passive people so that she is able to try to have that control, because they'll back down and they won't argue, and they'll just give in because they don't want to cause problems. But yeah, I mean, we've been able to see that Amberlynn is, in most of her relationships, she's been the majority of the issues. But yeah, I would say a few of her exes have also not been great people. And you know, when she's been with these people for 3-4 years, we don't see every single aspect of their relationship. We don't see what they're like off camera, right? So, you know, Stitch says, given what her exes are doing, I'd say her exes are a little toxic as well. Yeah, I agree, Stitch. That what's been happening recently doesn't strike me as these being the best of people in relationships. And if I were their current partner, it would give me a little pause.
You expect people to believe things you say, so other people in the equation who also are a problem. How can you expect people to believe things you say when you've been caught lying multiple times? People think I'm lying about things that I am 100% truthful on, and it's exhausting at this point. Even when I prove something, people are still like, oh, she's lying. So it's like, even if I have proof, no matter what I say, people will believe what they want. But if people think I'm nothing but a liar, then why are you watching? Have I lied to protect people that I love and care about? Yes, I have. But when it comes to me, I don't give a fuck. I literally have nothing to lose at this point. Do you ever get tired?
So I will say, I have said that before, that it seems the majority of the things that she's lied about in like the last 7-8 years have been about the people she's with, or to not expose something about the people she's with. Like, she lied about who bought her engagement ring when she was with Beck. She lied about that because she didn't want people to think poorly of Beck. She lied about who Wifey was because she didn't want people to continue digging into Wifey and to her past and her history. She lied about breaking up with Emily twice because she wanted to protect Emily from the community. You gonna try to get Discord, Lizzie R? Rocks. Just like Abigail in Stardew Valley. So, some of her more recent lies have been, lying about Emily's preferences, Emily's proclivities, her preferences, because she didn't want people to start digging and looking into things for Emily, and she didn't want to expose these things. Instead of lying about these things, she could just simply be like, this involves my partner, I'm not going to talk about it because it's not for me to say, right? So she could just not say anything at all, but instead of doing that, she will lie about it, or she will leave things out, or kind of work around it so that she doesn't have to directly lie, but is lying by omission. So more of her more recent lies have been related to the people she's been involved with, the last 5 or 6 years. Those are what those lies have been pertaining to. Which I can understand, wanting to protect the people that you care about, but I would just not say anything at all in those instances.
But when it comes to me, have I lied to protect people that I love and care about? Yes, I have. But when it comes to me, I don't give a fuck. I literally have nothing to lose at this point. Do you ever get tired of talking about yourself constantly? Have you ever considered a hobby outside obsessing about?
Side. That's your news. That's your news for Aaron. 2026 Libby Contour starting in California. So Sai's going to get a van. We're going to rent a van, or a big SUV, maybe a van. Sai's going to drive to Missouri. She's going to pick me up. We're going to go up to Minnesota, pick up Heather. And then we'll go up to Canada and pick you up. And anybody else along the way will zip. We have DV and Lizzie out in California as well. We have Fiona's mom down in Texas. We'll zip all over the country.
About yourself? I do. I get so self constantly. Have you ever considered a hobby outside obsessing about yourself?
Hold on.
Yes, I have. But when it comes to me, I don't give a fuck. I literally have nothing to lose at this point. Do you ever get tired of talking about yourself constantly? Have you ever considered a hobby outside obsessing about yourself? I do. I get so tired of talking about myself, but like, this is my job. So hi.
I need to lift my chair up. My chair My fat ass has lowered the hydraulics in my chair. Give me a second. All right, we are back. Okay. Hey, Nicole. Nakana, good to see you. Sorry we can't pick you up on the tour because you're in Australia. San Francisco. Pick up Elliot. We're just going to pick up. We will, we'll trade off driving. I like to drive. I'll drive. Who just joined the Discord? Was that you, Lizzie R? Sorry, what did Amberlynn? Oh, talking about herself. Yeah, but we'll drive. It's a road trip. We're going to see the country, Aaron. And we all have to get passports to enter into Canada. I already have a passport. But we'll have to make sure everybody has a passport to get into Canada. You dislike her shirt. Well, this is going to be a problem, Sai, because I like driving too. So we're gonna have to rock, paper, scissors for it. So get a hobby besides talking about herself. Her YouTube is for our Australian friend. Yes. So that Nicole can fly in. We have people in. Oh, we have Mars in England too. We'll have to get Mars to come over too. And there's others around the area, around the world. So Amberlynn, yes, YouTube is her channel. It's talking about herself. But where she kind of obsesses about herself is seeking out all of this other content about herself. And doing all of these things. Lizzie R. You feel like I have road. I don't have road. I can get angry at people when I drive, but I don't have road rage. I've driven all over the country for work. I've driven to Texas a bazillion times in the last year. I feel like I have road rage. I think Sai would be the one that has road rage. I'm not planning a LibbyCon, Sai. I'm too busy for that. You're my wife. You can plan it. We'll plan it together. How's that? A partnership. Oh, helps if I actually hit.
I have to do that. But genuinely, I'm having a struggle bus of a time even doing my weekly vlog this week because like I literally just do not want to talk about myself. But I set up the schedule and
Heather has road rage. Yes, I will yell at people. I do that. Oh, nice blinker, asshole. Yeah, that's my road rage. That's yeah. I didn't take over your drive, Sai. I said we can share driving because it's a lot of driving. Snookums. Goodness, I did not take over your drive. I just said it's a lot of driving and that I could help you drive as well. Sigh. Now. This was your idea. You can plan it. Stitch. No, I'm not planning it, Sai. You can plan it. then I guess we're not doing it.
Been doing my weekly vlog this week because like I literally just do not want to talk about myself, but I set up the schedule and I'm trying to keep it for you guys. As for hobbies, I have so many hobbies. I am a hobby girly and I go through a lot of like fixations. That's just how I've always been. But one thing that someone cannot say about me is Amberlynn doesn't have hobbies and that she needs to get one because I definitely do. Probably too many hobbies. Please clear up this rumor that you have never done follow-up care post-hysterectomy. You can literally just go back and look at the vlogs because I filmed a lot of my cancer journey. Of course, there's a lot that I kept out. But when I would have a CT scan follow-up, I would be vlogging and I'd be like, yeah, I just had my CT scan. Here's how it went. Like when I was vlogging, I'd be like, yeah, I just had my CT scan. Here's how it went. I'm really nervous, etc., etc. Like I gave a lot of updates. I have always done the follow-ups for my cancer.
She does have several vlogs where she's talked about doing her follow-up scans.
Always done the follow-ups after my hysterectomy. That is something that I did not mess with. Why do you...
Okay, I'll be the bigger person. I'm sorry, sweetie. You can plan and drive and anything you want to do for the trip. You can plan and drive and do whatever you want. Okay, sweetie? Okay. Hands off. I'm apologizing for taking over your drive. You can drive. Amberlynn road trip, bringing the life-size cutout of her. You have a life-size cutout of Amberlynn Reed? Put that in the merch shop.
You always start beef with your partner's mothers. There was no beef, as you call it, between Tommy's mom and me or Feline's mom and me, Crystal's mom and me. I'm not going to get into the whole Beck and Destiny, like the mom situation between that. But yeah, there was some rough...
Oh, you'll let Ilya drive, but you won't let me drive?
Stuff going on there, but at the end of the day, there was also a lot of love, and I have proof of that.
Wait, say that again?
I'm not going to get into the whole Beck and Destiny, like the mom situation between that, but yeah, there was some rough stuff going on there, but at the end of the day, there was also a lot of love, and I have proof of that. Why do you think all of your relationships end up failing? I'm only going to speak on my side of things, definitely because I don't know how to regulate. I get too extreme, too attached, too obsessed, for a lack of a better word. I'm extremely sensitive and I have had controlling...
Crystal's family did not like her. I haven't seen a lot of things from the Crystal era, so I can't speak to that, but...
habits in the past. All right, now we're on to the Linterview.
So, yeah, I mean, that's awareness for her, at least. To know it's because of her issues. But what is she doing to hopefully fix those issues for any future relationships? Because even though she's going to stay single and not date, she wants to be married in 10 years.
And this is where you can go to my Instagram and send me a voice memo asking any question that you want. So my Instagram is Hectic Amby, which you will see right here. If you don't have the option to send me a voice memo, send me a little microphone emoji and I will accept your request so you can then send me the voice memo. So I am choosing at random.
Do any of you have any questions you want to ask Amber? I can send her a voice memo for you. What's the question you want to ask Amber? See, Nicole, I'll drive, but only on the left side of the road, so it'll be really thrilling. Okay, Nicole is not driving.
I will be choosing old voice memos from last week and I'll be choosing new ones as well. So you always have a chance to be picked. So it's not like, oh, you sent me one weeks ago, you might not get picked. It's always going to be completely at random.
Okay, so my question is, if you could choose one reaction channel to eliminate, not from live, from YouTube, from talking about you, they voluntarily choose to stop talking about you, who would it be and why?
If you guys couldn't hear that, they were asking if she could choose a reaction channel to eliminate, not from life, just from YouTube, to stop talking about her, who would she pick and why? Ooh, who do we think she's going to pick? I'm going to say she's probably going to pick... I don't know. Either oh Lori, it's Jordy or Mr. Snowflake, maybe. Sai says, ask Amberlynn if she wants to join us on our Amberlynn road trip, or we are going to get a life-size cut out of her. Did you hear that, Amber? Sai wants to get a life-size cut out of you for our road trip. Ooh, Lizzie R says ankle. Ankle has been saying some shit lately. Maybe, or me. She could want to eliminate me. She could want to eliminate me. It's possible. But I'm one of the ones that isn't an absolute dick towards her. So, I mean, I could be. I could start being an absolute douche. Oh, I don't know. I couldn't. I'm just not a mean person. Unless you really piss me off. So, Stitch says Jordy. All right, let's see.
And I feel like it would be Snowflake, but tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh my god.
Oh, the person just said, I feel like it would be Snowflake, but let me know if I'm wrong.
You know, that's actually a really freaking good question. More than likely, I would choose Snowflake or the ankle because they're the two that take really serious situations that have happened to me in my life and they say that I'm lying about it. Or they take situations and they make it into something like huge and massive that isn't even real. And they plant a label on me that is damaging and completely false.
Okay, so Snowflake, yeah, so Snowflake or ankle. They've been the two that have been perpetuating they've been perpetuating a lot of really nasty rumors. Aaron should clone you. The world can only handle one of me, Aaron. The world only needs one of me in it. If she eliminates you, then she eliminates us, and you guys are fun. I adore you all. You're all such wonderful people. Should eliminate Charlie Gold. Yeah, so she said Snowflake or the ankle.
I don't mind a reaction channel. Nitpick all you want. Like, I really don't care. But when it comes to like the deeper shit, like that should just be left alone.
Hey Amberlynn, this is my third attempt at this voice note. I'm gonna try my best not to swear either. I've been watching this in context for like 7+ years. I also have BPD. I've done some very bad things in my life, which I regret, I've changed, etc.
I genuinely relate to that.
And sometimes it's really hard because I think you're a very likable person, but you also
Thank you.
do really messed up stuff. I guess like what I'm trying to get at is I want to really believe that you regret those things and you want to change because, you know, I know how hard it can be. And I think my question would be like, if you could change one thing, like one situation in your life that you think has steered you in the wrong direction, what would you have changed and where do you think you could be in life now had you acted differently or done something differently, or maybe you wouldn't change anything? I don't know.
Normally when people ask
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so this is a person that has had similar experiences as Amber, as in not being a great person. And they said they have changed and have tried to get better and have been working on that. Andy on the brink, Amber loves you. Don't know if that's the word that I would use. She thinks I'm not horrible, at least. I'd have more free time. How, you know, if I didn't do Amberlynn content, I would make other content that I want to make that I haven't had time to make, mostly because of work. So, and I would play more video games, stream more video games. So, this person was asking if there's anything that Amberlynn would change. The last little bit there.
If you could change one thing, like one situation in your life that you think has steered you in the wrong direction, what would you have changed and where do you think you could be in life now had you acted differently or done something differently, or maybe you wouldn't change anything? I don't know.
Normally when people ask this question, it's very much like, what do you wish wouldn't have happened to you that would make your life different now? But I took your question as like, what do you wish you wouldn't have done? If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's kind of what I got out of it. And for me, it's without a doubt the controlling nature that I had with Beck. Like sometimes I look back at it and I'm just like, wow, I regret that with every single part of me.
Wow, I can't.
Okay. So she's recognizing that she was very controlling in that relationship and that she shouldn't have been. So that's good. Hopefully that is something that she can recognize moving forward, and through therapy, hopefully fix that. But it's going to take time. The BPD is always going to be there. she's just going to have to find ways to prevent these behaviors and to stop herself, be like, I recognize that I'm starting to do this, let me pull back, right? And she's going to have a partner that's going to recognize also when she's having these issues. Like, she got very angry at me a few weeks ago, like Sai was saying. She got very angry at me. But I recognized that she was having a bad day that day, and that she was overreacting a little bit, and it was because of the BPD. So I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. You can be mad at me. Sorry for that. But let's look at what the underlying cause here is, right? So I know she has said recently that she can recognize what, like 70 or 80% of the time, or 90% of the time, when she is like having a BPD issue, and she's like, and it's being caused by the BPD, but that she can't control it. So she just kind of rides it out, it seems. So hopefully the therapy will help her be able, like, oh, and then stop, and not just keep going with it and be like, it's the BPD, sorry, hee hee, you know, and not use it as an excuse for having those behaviors. So hopefully moving forward, she'll be able to have those moments, not perpetuate.
Amberlynn, I actually get to talk to you. Hi.
Hello.
And you are right when you say people who publicly
I just heard your kitty.
leave you good comments do get bashed. Because I am one of them.
Oh.
But I don't care when people say nasty things to me. It doesn't bother me.
I feel bad about it, because it's like, people don't deserve that. I'm glad that you have that like strong nature about you, but it's just like, I feel horrific because some people don't have that strength, you know? Okay, let me keep listening, sorry.
But my question for you is, what is one thing that you have said out loud to the public that you wish you could have taken back? Or maybe one thing you have done that you wish you could have taken back?
Ooh, I bet. Sorry, I was cleaning part of my keyboard out. Let's see. One of those could possibly be whenever somebody mentioned to her in the stream, whenever she was with Wifey, that the Narc Alert had a heart attack, and Amberlynn said, I don't remember her exact words, but I'm looking for my sympathy bone. Maybe that's one of the things that she said out loud on her streams that she wishes she hadn't have.
And by the way, I love you. Please don't ever stop making videos, and always ignore the haters.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love you too.
Well, that was super sweet of that person. So people don't think Amberlynn has any supporters, and she does. She has people in her live streams that support her, and like people on Instagram that support her. We see this. But people think nobody supports her, because those people can't really publicly support her without being attacked, like this person just said.
So I think one thing that I wish I would have never shared was the abusive relationship that I was in when I was a teenager. Without a doubt, I wish I would have never, ever vocalized that.
Okay, hey Amberlynn.
Hello.
This is Kate. You can totally keep my name in the video. Shout out to my friends, Miranda, Jesse, Annie, Sarah. We all love watching you so much. Also, me and my husband Stefan love watching you.
Aww.
Okay, to the question. I know we are not dating anyone right now. Fuck all of these girls.
Fuck them all.
If you had to describe your dream date, what would it be? Where would you go? Tell me everything.
Okay.
Oh, we have an ad.
Step back it up. Back it up.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what do we think Amberlynn's dream date would be? Right now her talk is very cheap until right. She needs to pony up on that. Let's see. Her dream date, Cheesecake Factory, orange. No, she doesn't like their orange chicken anymore. Her dream date would be, I don't know, a night at the bingo hall. No, I don't know. What would her dream date be? A long walk on the beach? What do you think in the chat? What do you think Amberlynn's dream date would be? A Chinese buffet? Chinese buffet. That sounds tasty. Heather's Cheesecake Factory. So we have Heather saying Cheesecake Factory. I don't know, I think Old Country Buffet. So if she's in Oklahoma, what would her dream date be? I don't know. Going to the casino? What did she and Emily do? Going to a movie, Lizzie R? You think going to a movie? So movies, so I think for like a first date, well, it doesn't say first date, but like dream date. I think when you're first starting to see somebody, like the first date, going to a movie is so hard to get to know the person because you're just sitting there watching something and you can't talk during it. Well, like you can have a conversation afterwards about it, but oh, you can get the double seat, Sai. Have you not seen those in the theaters? The double ones where you can move the arm up so you can cuddle with the person you're with. Um, let's see, Amberlynn's dream date. Going to the mall and looking around the Lego store. Oh wait, that's my dream date. No, um, oh my God, Panda Express. I'm having a hard time imagining what her dream date would be. Like, we know what some of her hobbies are, but like, as far as like going, oh, she loves to dance, going dancing. They would go to a gay club slash bar, have some drinks and dance, and they would go out to dinner. It's my final answer. I'm gonna be wrong. How many are there near her? How many what are near her? Heather, she moves into their apartment. Dream date, we U-Haul. That's the dream date, we U-Haul. Okay, dream date. A romantic dinner. And drinks and dancing. And then cuddling afterwards at her apartment. That would be her dream date, right? That's my final answer.
All right, so we're gonna go into like a fairy tale land, okay? What it would look like is like we're in Vegas and my stamina is better, so like we're gonna take that out of the equation, okay? So we're in Vegas and maybe we're doing a little bit of casino this and maybe just like walking around and doing a little adventure.
Okay, we got the casino. Okay, so we're thinking outside of Oklahoma. Everybody's casino. We all said casino at some point. The casinos in Vegas are amazing. Like going into the hotels and the casinos there, they're incredible. Vegas is a lot of fun. It really is. Going to the shows there. Oh, okay, so since we're talking Vegas now, we're going to go to the casino, and then maybe there's a really good Korean barbecue place there that I took my BFF to when we were in Vegas together years ago. And then go to a show. One of the shows in Vegas, Penn and Teller, is pretty amazing. Who has a current Vegas residency? Who's a music artist currently in Vegas? I saw Cher there 12 years ago. But whoever has the current residency in Vegas, musician-wise, that one. Heather, I hate gambling. That's my motherfucking money.
This, and there's just lots of flirting and there's lots of like touching and there's a lot of laughter, chemistry, and then there's like dinner and you're like sitting and talking, getting to know each other, and you're doing the googly eyes, and then afterwards maybe you go get
Oh, does Celine have a residency currently? Okay, so we have the casino, we have dinner, we've got two things we've mentioned. Okay, so a little bit of making googly eyes over the creme brulee, over your one of your, oh my God, the many frickin' buffets in the casinos. They're hit or miss.
and you're like sitting and talking, getting to know each other, and you're doing the googly eyes. And then afterwards, maybe you go get a drink somewhere. And again, there's more just like hot passion. If you know, you know. And then
more hot passion. We got the drink afterwards. No dancing, Amberlynn? No dancing?
after that, maybe there's like a hotel or we go back to, well, yeah.
Of course there's a frickin' hotel. You're in Vegas. Treasure Island's beds, hands down, incredible beds. They're so frickin' soft, so comfy. I went on vacation to Vegas a few times, probably just to sleep, because the beds at Treasure Island were so fucking comfy.
Yeah, it would be a hotel because I don't live in Vegas. I don't think the person I'm dating lives in Vegas. So there would be a hotel. We go back there and there's more googly eyes, laughter, getting to know each other, and then you know what goes down. I don't know.
Okay. Eating.
Very just like laid back. I just want to have fun. I love going out, doing things, and I genuinely feel like I just described my most recent relationship. That's
Aww. Isn't that sad? Okay, Amberlynn. Let's work on moving past that. That's how my last relationship was too. We had a lot of fun together. We laughed, we talked, we played games together. We were always laughing. But sometimes you just it ends and you need to find somebody else that has not the same qualities, but somebody else that meets the same requirements that you want to have in a partner. There's going to be somebody else out there for you. Yeah, Celine has stiff person syndrome. It's so sad. It's very sad. ALR wants to bang on night one. We didn't say it was the first date, Heather. Just a dream date. Not a first date, but a dream date. When I was in my youth, I did that on first dates a few times. But it wasn't first date, it was just a dream date. So it may not be a first date, it may be the third or fourth date. Or maybe you're already in a relationship with this person and it's a date night and it's your dream date night. Vegas is fun though.
It's weird. Besides, we weren't in Vegas, but regardless, that's my real authentic answer, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Hi, Amberlynn.
Aaron, you mean so do you what? I'm sorry, because there's a little bit of a delay.
Vegas, but regardless, that's my real authentic answer, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Hi, Amberlynn. I'm currently in university getting my degree in English, and I was wondering, if you went back to college, what would you want to study?
Well, that's awesome. Congrats to you. You're gonna do great. For me, I definitely would study psychology because I have always been very interested in the human mind. I like to know.
It's not too late. You can still do that, Amberlynn. You're only 34. You can still get a degree. You can still study psychology. You can take online courses. If that's something that you're interested in and want to do, then do it. I mean, there's nothing stopping you except yourself. Aaron, I'm down on the first date. Heather.
Why do we do these things? Why is our brains like this? Tell me more. Like when I was going to college, psychology was my all-time favorite class.
Hi, Amberlynn. I'm messaging from Scotland in the UK.
Wow.
And my question is, why do you think everyone believes everything that Beck has to say? Because I don't believe any of it. I believe you.
Oh my
Oh, wow. Interesting.
God, the tea. Damn, girl. It's just easier. It's just more fun. It's more entertainment. People want to see me in a bad light. So in any way that they can do that, they're going to do that. And that includes believing anyone that comes out against me, even if it's hogwash. And honestly, I feel like sometimes people don't even believe Beck, but they just say they do just to continue the narrative that Amberlynn is the most awful person in the whole entire world. But I just want to say thank you and also thank everyone else who doesn't fall into that trap. All right, you guys, now it's time for tea or tale.
Sorry, Amberlynn is lazy. If she wanted to go back to college, she could do online. Yeah, she could. There's the only thing stopping her is herself. Just not wanting to do it.
This is going to be a time for me to address rumors that I see floating around the community. I'm going to either tell you, yes, that's tea, or no, that's...
So how are you getting these rumors, Amber? Amber? How are you getting these rumors, Amber? Are you trolling around the Reddits, the subreddits? Didn't her subreddit get removed? I think there's still a couple of like Girl World general ones, but... Or is she still watching reaction channels? Or are people sending them to her?
That's tail. Amberlynn has not been diagnosed with BPD because she said in her live stream that the psychologist told her she needs to see a specialist. So I was seeing a psychologist.
So you can be diagnosed by somebody that doesn't specialize in it. There is usually more testing involved with it, but this psychologist is probably like, you have BPD, it's not my specialty, you need to see a psychologist that specializes in helping with this disorder.
Psychologist for about 9 months. And it was around the 8-month mark where I was finally diagnosed with BPD. So when I expressed that psychologist said I need to see a specialist, it is because they wanted me to heal from BPD, and they did not work with BPD patients in that way. Yes, I was absolutely diagnosed. It's just the psychologist who diagnosed me didn't specialize in BPD. When you are diagnosed with...
Okay, that was weird. I've never had a notification pop up on my other monitor like that. That is the first time that has happened. I'm gonna hold on, give me 1 second, because I see somebody typing. That has I've never had Discord notifications appear on my other monitor. I don't like that. I agree, Sai. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, that was weird. I don't like that. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
With BPD, you do not have to be diagnosed by a person who specializes in it, but to heal from it and to do therapy for it, it is better to see someone who specializes for it.
Yes, Sai, it's still appearing on my other monitor. Now you're doing it just to fuck with me. Because I'm sharing my entire screen and not just the YouTube application. Oh, okay, now it appeared on my other monitor instead of this one.
So that is what I meant. So obviously that is tail. When the AirPod is in Amberlynn's ear, that means she is in a relationship. That is...
When the AirPod is in Amberlynn's ear, that means that's her tell. Her tell is having her AirPod in, because it's not that she's just listening to music or listening to a podcast or something. I don't. That's a weird one. Why are you covering your eyes? Oh, now it's back over there. Damn it. Oh, yeah. No, now it's back over on the other monitor.
There's obviously tail, because that doesn't even make sense. Because if you go back and look at vlogs when I was in a relationship with Feline, I either had the Beats headphones, I had an AirPod in my ear at all times. Literally, that is genuinely just because I don't like the silence. I always have to be listening to something. Amberlynn is an alcoholic.
Yeah, just because she has her AirPods in. I mean, I have either my headphones on like all day because I have them on while I'm working, or I have these on. So it's yeah, that's weird. Amberlynn is an alcoholic. I don't think she's an alcoholic, but this is interesting.
Tail.
It happened. We got the house!
Yay! Good job!
2,000 miles away.
Tail, and a very offensive one at that. Just because I have 2 or 3 White Claws once a week during a live stream does not make me an alcoholic. When I go on my live stream, I genuinely feel like I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends. So does that mean people who are like out having fun with their friends or even just in their home a couple times a
All right, everybody, next time we're watching Amberlynn's live stream, we're going to have drinky drinks. I'll make a rum and coke, and we can just chill back and watch Amberlynn's live stream. Sigh.
a week, they just have a couple drinks just to feel a little buzz. Does that make them an alcoholic? No.
No, it doesn't make them an alcoholic.
I have voiced my concerns with alcohol in the past, and I'm telling you, it is not like that. The only time I drink is when I am on live stream, and I didn't even drink last night for my live stream. I don't have an unhealthy relationship with
She didn't, but she said she might this week.
alcohol, so that does not make me an alcoholic. And I think it's offensive to those who actually do struggle, and it's also painful for me because of what I grew up with. I grew up with a bunch of addicts.
Mars, she only said a while ago that she was coping with alcohol. That doesn't mean she's an alcoholic. That means, I mean, just coping with it just means that she's using something to take her mind off things and not have to deal with things. It doesn't make her an alcoholic. I don't think she's an alcoholic. She probably does have an addictive personality, but alcohol does not seem to be one of those substances that she's becoming addicted to. She does use it to cope, though. She does use it to cope. Yay does sound yummy. You know, Sai, yay does sound yummy. I know you meant that. Yeah, so Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m., whenever we're watching the live stream together, we're going to have a drinky drink. How's that? We should have, one of these nights when I'm doing reactions to Amberlynn, I'll do it in the evening, and we'll make it a drinking stream, and I'll have a little drink, and I might be a little mean. No, I don't get mean when I drink. I just say what I want to say.
And alcoholics. All right, you guys, it is time for bad choices. That's where I take 5 of these cards. They're very hectaconic questions, so let's get into it.
It is horribly calorically dense. Let's see, Aaron. I could see drinking being a slippery slope if she ever had the weight loss surgery. Yeah. So she either copes with alcohol or with THC, but like Delta 8. Sai, I'll have a salad with it. I like the way you think, wifey. She does use these things to cope because she doesn't want to deal with whatever's going on in her life.
To it. So I'm just going to choose 5 random ones just to get them going. So here we go.
I've never played this bad. There's a game. I'm sorry. I keep getting off track. There's a game that I've seen from the Oatmeal. It's called Horrible Therapist. I want to get it for my best friend for his birthday coming up because it looks really hilarious. Heather, I drink and tell people that I love them, and then I need a hug. Oh, we'll hug you. Yeah. I tell people I love them just in general because I do love my friends. A Caesar salad may have vodka added. THC's your favorite, Aaron. We all have our vices.
Ooh. All right, that's 5. All right, first one is, have you ever been punched in the face? That is a yes. Second one, would you get a lot of enjoyment from being a member of the opposite sex for a day? If it's only for a day, then yes. Do you think that you will age well? No, probably not. Have you ever had more than 8 shots in one night? Probably like once or twice. Would you spend the night in a full porta potty for $10,000? Ooh, I don't know. Let me think. I hate a porta potty, but $10,000 is...
They smell so bad, though.
Really good. I think I would. I would literally sit in there and I just scroll Instagram. I don't know. Maybe vlog. So that is the end of this Let's Talk. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I know that I did. I will see you guys in my next one.
Oh, all right.
Bye.
All right, that was that one. Heather, I'll totally have a dong for a day. All right, that was Amberlynn saying she was a controlling girlfriend.
I can see
All
a little
right.
better here.
So I need to back that up. Back that thing up. It didn't say a used porta potty. You're right. It could be a brand fresh spanking new one, and then you get to use it when you're in there for the night. All right. I think it'd be interesting to be a dude for a day. See if I could pick up women as a dude instead of as, you know, me. Aaron, I would be so sore after doing the helicopter for 24 hours. Y'all are funny. Okay, I'm going to get my chronometer open. So we can I love how it's all like, I like men when they're like, if you could be a woman for 24 hours, they're like, I'd play with my boobs. And the women are like, I'd play helicopter. It's just, it's like, what fascinates you about the opposite gender? Hey, Lizzie. Good morning, dear. It is early for you. All right, I have my chronometer open so I can enter in Amberlynn's foods into my chronometer. So we have her video from yesterday. Counting calories while ordering takeout. What I ate today. Episode 2. So we're eating takeout. We'll see how much takeout she orders today. Whether it's just once or multiple times. And Heather, I'd send so many corporate emails in a blunt tone. Yeah, for some reason, dudes can get away with being dicks. There's a project manager at my part-time work that's kind of a dick and didn't give me credit for that manual that I worked on a couple of weeks ago, like putting in way extra hours. The bits hanging out so carelessly.
Hello, welcome to another What I Ate Today video.
Oh, if you do happen to be new here or are just waking up like Lizzie, I do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So.
This is episode 2. So if you guys don't know, based on my new weigh-in, I was doing the no diet. It didn't work for me, okay? That's an obvious. I feel like
So the thing is, nothing's going to work for her without getting help. Dude version of me is ripped, by the way. Yeah, Heather, so my manager told me they were on a call and they were giving this guy all this praise. Oh, great job getting that manual to the customer. Great job. And he didn't say shit about me being the one actually doing this manual because he's a project manager. What the fuck is he going to do? Right? And when my manager sent the manual to the customer, he didn't even include the project manager. He just bypassed him completely because he didn't care for him. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, that fucker. It's like, yeah, thanks for not giving the person that did all the work the credit. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah. Fucking Discord. I gotta figure that out.
there is a version of Amberlynn where it could work, but it's...
Oh, anyway, yeah. So Amberlynn needs to find something that works for her. And I think she needs to, work with professionals of some sort to help figure some of these things out.
It's not her right now. Like, no. If you hear my dog eating in the back, Sorry about that. But sometimes I go to edit and I'm like, you hear Twinkie either like eating in the back or doing something. And I'm like, what is that noise? And I'm like, oh, that's Twinkie. But like to just some random person, they're probably like, what is that? Anyways, so instead of doing the no diet, I am counting calories on Noom. I really like Noom because I'm learning a lot of different things like about the psychology of losing weight and foods and this and that and like nutrition.
You can work with a dietitian for like the same cost of Noom, pretty much. But Noom is going to put her calories in a really weird place.
Because they have so many mini lessons. I mean, it's stuff that I already know for the most part, but there are things that I am learning and I like having that support. So in this What I Ate Today video, I will be showing you guys every single calorie that goes into my mouth. So if I have a meal in front of me, it means that I have already logged it into Noom. I log my calories into Noom even before I eat. So I actually have today planned. I planned all of my meals last night, already logged my calories to know exactly what I was eating.
Okay, so she's planned her meals and already logged her calories. Interesting.
Sometimes I do this because it helps me. There are times where I can be more structured and actually follow that. And then there are other times where I need to be a little more lenient with myself. So I do have 2 goals that I follow weekly. 2 water bottles a day, coming from someone who never drinks water. And I'm also allowing myself to order takeout 3 times a week. So I have not done it yet.
But that's not including the food at the bingo halls, apparently. So
reset starts every Tuesday because those are my weigh-in days. And today is Thursday. Didn't order takeout Tuesday, didn't order takeout Wednesday. Am I gonna order it today? I already know the answer to that because I planned my meals last night, but you guys will see it in a little bit. So I like to edit as I go, and I realize as I'm editing this clip, I forgot to say how many calories that I am allotted for the day. Noom wants me to eat anywhere between 2,600 to 3,400, which is kind of hecticana, to be honest, because my body is different. Like, there is multiple reasons for this. I have talked about it ad nauseum. Long story short, your girl...
Ad nauseum. That's going to be the word of the day. Yeah!
Like, went through menopause. Menopause changes your metabolism so much. It's insane. I also have lymphedema, whatever. We don't have to get into it. Anyways, so I try very hard to stay near the 26, not the 3,400. That freaks me out a little bit. So I just wanted to say like what I'm allotted so we know at the end of the day if I've reached that goal, if I've gone over, etc., etc. All right, let's get into my first meal. All right, you guys, it is time for my first meal.
And it is takeout. It's going to be sushi. We saw it in the thumbnail.
I planned my whole day around this. So it was...
Okay, so planning her whole day around ordering her takeout. I mean, I guess knowing, hey, I'm going to order this meal and it's this many calories. So therefore, I have to plan my other meals around it. Or it could be, I'm so obsessed with ordering this takeout order that my entire day is going to revolve around this order.
This last week sometime, I was craving sushi. And so I ordered it from some random place. I made sure to get somewhere that like had a really high rating because I am really picky when it comes to my sushi. So here's just like some soy sauce, chopsticks, but I use my fingers, not gonna lie. Yeah, so I'm picky when it comes to my sushi. So I got this place, I was really nervous. And you guys, it is the best sushi I've ever had. So this is a crunchy Cali roll.
Crunchy California roll, is that what it is? We're going to list this as lunch. So some of these crunchy ones are going to be deep fried, you know, and I forget that sometimes the app online doesn't work as great as the app on my phone for some reason. So, and this is, okay, I just disconnected my phone from my earbuds. All right, so we're looking up a crunchy California roll. I don't know what restaurant she ordered from. We're gonna put in this is not a restaurant. But this says that one 10-piece serving, and she has 2 10-piece servings here, is 540 calories. I don't know if that's going to be accurate, because if she was able to get from their website what it is, hers is going to be more accurate. Heather says, not gonna lie, I will not eat all day in anticipation for the all-you-can-eat sushi place by me. I look for it. Girl, There's an all-you-can-eat sushi place near me as well. I haven't been in ages because I haven't been out. But I don't eat fish, so I always get like the California roll, which I know has the fake crab in it. That's the only fish that I can eat without feeling sick. California rolls and avocado rolls and miso soup and vegetable tempura. I will tear that shit up. I love vegetable tempura. Okay, let's see. We'll see what she comes up with for this because, again, I don't know what restaurant she's using. I just have this from, it's H-E-B, which I think is a grocery store, maybe. But the fried ones are certainly going to add in more calories because it's deep fried.
This is 922 calories.
Okay, so...
From friendly customer service folks to faster speeds to fair prices with...
Libby Lynn has a texture thing with... I do. Don't call me Libby Lynn, wifey. I do have a texture thing with food when it comes to meats. I'm really weird about certain meat textures. I am. There are certain meat textures that I just can't eat. You ate 30 pieces of tuna and salmon sashimi. Girl, I have a picture from like 10, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago at the all-you-can-eat sushi place that I went to. I have a frickin' plate of avocado and California rolls. I can tear that shit up. So she has 922. I'm going to go ahead and just list mine at what I have it as, the 540. I know it's not going to be, I know it's not going to be off. So I have 1,080. So mine's going to be a little bit higher than hers because, again, I don't know what restaurant she's ordering from. So, Lizzie R, let Cy bully, it's fun. I can take it from Cy only because she's my YouTube wife. I can take it from wifey. God, anchovies, no. Lizzie R, timeout.
Cali roll. And you guys, it is the best sushi I've ever had. So this is a crunchy Cali roll. This is 922 calories. I planned my whole day around it.
Right, for a meal with that many calories, yeah, you'd be planning your other meals around being able to eat that many calories. Now again, Amberlynn is eating 1,000 more calories in a day than I am eating when I have allotted for my days, between like 15 and 16. Sometimes I get up to 1750, but she's essentially able to eat like 1,000 more calories than I am.
So it is very high calorie. I'm able to eat in moderation and still fit everything into my goal for the day. So excited. Like, look how delicious. Just so you guys can see it a little better. Here, I'm gonna show you guys the inside. It's a little bit of avocado.
So yeah, this is a California, I love California rolls, but I really love avocado rolls. But
avocado and like this crab salad mixture. It's so good. That is so delicious. Who else loves ginger? I'm obsessed.
Man, pickled ginger is delicious. Love some pickled ginger. I want fucking sushi. Damn it, Amberlynn.
So with this, I don't use soy sauce or anything. Like, it's literally that good. So as you can see,
you signed up for Nourish. Really, Lizzie? You signed up for Nourish to use a dietitian through there. That's awesome. They're very helpful. I'm not beating you, Lizzie R.
It is crispy around the edges because it's lightly fried, like lightly. I've had like actual tempura and like overly fried sushi. Not really a fan of that, but this.
The imitation crab and California rolls is okay. Yeah, so I stopped eating fish when I was like 12 years old. And I didn't try sushi until I was like 19 or 20 when I went out with some friends in university. And um it's like the fake crab, the fake imitation crab is like the only seafood that I can eat that doesn't upset my stomach, because I haven't eaten fish or seafood in so long. It actually makes me feel ill. And then I tried actual sushi when I was in South Korea, when I was completely blasted, just drunk off my ass on soju. And I was like, oh, this is good. But it was on sweet potato. But then I tried it again while sober, and I can't deal with the texture. Like the slimy, weird texture, I can't eat. I can't eat it. I can't eat fish. Um, so, um, so the only thing that I can eat is the imitation crab in California rolls. That's the only thing that I can eat. And I don't like it when it's like completely like loaded and full of it. Like if there's a little less fake crab in it, I'm okay with that. But I do prefer avocado and like vegetable rolls. I prefer those. But yeah. Toad trip. We're doing a toad trip, Si? So no, Aaron, I don't like fish. I do not like fish. I cannot eat fish. It makes me sick. Oh, you and your sister were in the NICU, Lizzie? I'm sorry. But you're good now. Yeah, now we're all like, now we want to have sushi. Now I want to go get some avocado rolls. You know, I'm going to be running some errands, and I'm going to be going to Fresh Time to get some chicken to put in the crock pot. And Fresh Time makes really good sushi rolls, and they usually have California rolls there or avocado rolls. So I might have to grab me some. Isn't that what crab is made of? Yeah, Aaron. It's like fish, like formed in like crab and like flavored like crab. That is the only fish that I can eat. That is the only thing that I can eat that doesn't upset my stomach, that comes out of the sea or comes out of water. That is the only thing that I can eat that doesn't make me sick. Probably because I started eating it not too long after I stopped eating fish. So, but I do not like fish.
This is just like perfect. It's just a very light fry. It's so good. And I forgot to say, because some people haven't had sushi before. Surprising, I know. All of that stuff right there that you see is rice and also a little bit of seaweed. So I'm gonna go eat this.
Well, it's wrapped in seaweed, and it's rolled in rice, and then this has like a little bit of tempura on the outside, and it's deep fried. So, rice, avocado, usually some cucumber, fish, or crab, depending on where you go.
And I'm gonna be watching on Hulu The Good American. I am obsessed with it. It is so good. There's a new episode that I'm halfway through. It's freaking amazing, just like the sushi. And I forgot to say, I'm having a water with my sushi. So a good way for me to get my water in, I tell myself this is the only thing you can drink before you have anything else, because I am a diet soda girly. So I have to reach my...
Lizzie R. Some people are poor, Amber. Well, you aren't one of those people, Lizzie R. Miss. I fly back and forth between Canada and the US all the time. And my mom doesn't allow us to eat any fast food, and we're super bougie. So
my goal before I drink anything else. So here's my first water bottle. All right, you guys, so I just took some trash to the dumpster. Now I'm going to be...
She said it's lightly fried, so it's healthier. Well, at least it's not like a fried like a fried Oreo, like dipped in batter completely and then deep fried. Avocado and yam rolls. Yeah, I love me some veggie rolls. There was also a roll at my all-you-can-eat place. It's called Sushi AI. They had a honey roll that was basically like cream cheese wrapped in seaweed and rice, and then like there was like a honey flavor in the cream cheese too. Oh, that was fucking good.
Drinking my second water. All right, you
I didn't even hear the show she was watching because I didn't care.
guys, it is time for my next meal. And I'm gonna be having actually leftovers that I made last night. So last night I made cheesy rice, which I have to actually just make
All right, hold on. Cheesy rice.
right now, but I don't eat rice as leftover. I'm gonna set my phone down so I can actually open this. So I'm gonna make cheesy rice, and then I have leftover broccoli, and then this is
Yeah, Sushi AI. I really like it. Actually, the lesbian group that my friend started in St. Louis goes out to Sushi AI on Sundays. Because I introduced her to the one near me. But I never go meet them because I don't have time to drive into the city, have the dinner, and then drive back home. So what are we thinking? What did she say that was steak?
I'm gonna set my phone down so I can actually open this. So I'm gonna make cheesy rice, and then I have leftover broccoli, and then this is just lean ground beef. All right.
Oh, lean ground beef. Okay, so how much ground beef do we think that was? I have an ad popping up. So we have let's see. We're gonna say that is. Do we want to say that's? We're gonna go with. We're gonna be generous. Say it's a 90% lean. It could be more, but we're gonna say 90%. And it looked like maybe 4 ounces. 4 ounces of ground beef. And then about a cup of cooked broccoli. We're going to say a cup, maybe a cup and a half. It's not going to be that much different.
You guys, my meal is finished. I had this last night and it's super satiating. It's a lot of food.
Oh, maybe that's more than 4 ounces of ground beef. That's, does she have a glove on? Is she picking that up with her dress? How much rice is that? Oh my god. Without watching her cook it, I can't tell. That's a big bowl. That's a big bowl. That looks like 2 cups of cooked rice. Let's see. Cooked rice. She likes jasmine rice. We're gonna say that looks like maybe 2 cups of rice, which is gonna be more calories. But again, she should tell us here. And she used cheese of some sort.
And I'm obviously someone that eats, I'm literally, and it's super satiating. It's a lot of food. And I'm obviously someone that eats, I'm literally using my dress because this bowl is hot. But I'm obviously someone who eats a lot of food. So I'm trying to make my meals bigger, but still fit in my calories.
It's a lot of rice, yeah. You're a rice hater, Lizzie? I fucking love rice. But I've switched mostly to I almost said California rice, to cauliflower rice. Like when I make my burrito bowls, I've been using California, fucking A. Cauliflower rice or lettuce as the base, which is what I'm going to make in the crock pot this afternoon when I go to the store. That's the chicken that I'm picking up from Fresh Time. And I'm going to make it in the crock pot. And I think I'm going to throw some lentils in with it this time. I just made my lentil chicken sausage soup. Amberlynn, if you want the recipe for the soup, let me know. I'll send it to you for the chicken, sausage, and lentil soup. I think I might throw some lentils in with my burrito bowl stuff. So, because I was going to try to make something different, but I just don't. I'm going to try to buy some avocados if they haven't tripled in price because of the fucking tariffs. Yeah, a serving is a lot smaller than we think. I'm eyeballing this at being about 2 cups of cooked rice. And I don't know how much or what kind of cheese. Vietnamese fresh rolls. Oh, that sounds good. Well, Lizzie, our dinner is going to be chicken sausage and lentil soup. Well, no, dinner's probably going to be the burrito bowl.
So having things like broccoli and lean, because not lean, this would be way more calories. But in total, this is...
So again...
I think this will have great resonance. I think this will be celebrated. Well, are you...
770.
So with the beef... So the reason that I would say using beef over turkey would be better, yeah, the calories might be similar when you get into the leaner beef, but then if you look at the other macros, the fat is going to be less in the ground turkey, and some of the other nutrients are going to be different between the ground turkey and the ground beef. The president does not realize anything, Lizzie R. So she has 770 calories for the leftovers. I haven't added the cheese in yet. So y'all, I think I'm going to try to make a cheese sauce from cottage cheese to make some macaroni and cheese. Have any of y'all done that? I don't know how much or what kind of cheese. We are going to say she used... Oh my god, probably a cheddar cheese. Probably shredded. Not stressed, shredded. We're gonna say Kraft fat-free cheese. I don't know. And we'll say she used 30 grams. That's a smidge more than a serving. So mine's coming up more than hers, but again, I'm not there to actually weigh her food and measure it. Oh yeah, cottage cheese is good in lasagna.
I'm gonna switch hands here because I am left-handed. I want to take a couple bites here. I did put some tapatio on the broccoli.
That's a lot of
and
rice.
There is a little bit of onion in the beef, and I seasoned it with pepper, minced garlic, and garlic salt. The rice with the beef, amazing. And then since I'm done with my waters, I'm drinking a diet.
So a lot of people will make a meal of like ground beef and rice. Or you could do like ground beef and sweet potatoes instead of rice. And it'll be a little more satiating. It'll have more fiber.
Coke, caffeine free. All right, you guys, this is just strictly for continuity reasons. It is literally the same day. I'm just about to shower, took my hair out of the braid, brushed it. I always brush my hair before I shower. So I just want people to know it is literally the same day. So I don't want people to see me in a different outfit. And they're like, girl, you're lying. I hate that I even have to do that, but anyways, I am getting a little hungry, so after my shower, we are gonna have my next meal, so I'll see you guys then. All right, you guys, so I'm out of the shower. We're kind of going backwards today. We're about to have breakfast for dinner. Let's get into it. Super simple, but some of you like watching me cook, so let's go. All right, so first things first, we're gonna have chorizo.
Oh, hey, I can actually scan the barcode. Maybe. Are you gonna let me scan? No, you're not gonna scan. All right. Well, we have a lachona, chorizo, pork. One link. One link is 230 Wait, is 230? Is that what it says?
It's like a chorizo.
Yes, it says 230. So, I don't know why she's not using her usual chicken sausage. The chicken sausage would be fewer calories, of course, and they do make a chicken chorizo.
Sausage. So I'm just going to be cutting it in slices, like this.
That is a weird knife to use. The serrated knife. Probably not what I would choose. When she gets close to her fingers, it makes me nervous.
All right, so we have a pan, obviously.
We
gonna
do.
Spray some Pam. I swear, every time I spray Pam, I'm like, oh no, are they gonna come for me? I literally...
It's a lot of fucking Pam. So what I would do, because this is just me giving unsolicited advice, I bought those Land O'Lakes little butter balls. I would chuck one butter ball in there. One butter ball is 50 calories, and it's a half tablespoon of butter. And then you know what the measurement is, you know how many calories it is, because even though Pam spray is 0 calories, if you look at it on there, it says for like a quarter second of a spray. So when you're like, it's not actually 0 calories.
We just watched a vlog today where someone sprayed it on their food, and I don't normally read comments, but I went and read comments. Nobody said anything about it, but when I did it, it was like a whole taboo thing. It was just so weird. All right, so I'm just gonna add these. Smells amazing. So this is obviously fully cooked already, like when you get it in the package.
Yeah, but you like to have a little bit of a crisp on it. You know, put a little bit of a crisp on the sausage.
But I like to make sure it's cooked. All right, I'm gonna turn the heat down.
That's one other thing that Amber and I have in common. I make sure my meat is fucking done.
A little bit because we're about to cook some fried eggs. So with the
Oh, Dad.
You're keeping tabs on me.
No, I'm not. I'm just call it professional.
chorizo, I'm gonna make 2 fried eggs.
Oh, we're going fried eggs, not scrambled. Okay.
I'm gonna be adding pepper.
We can
Tiniest
have
bit
them
of
over
garlic salt.
easy. You can have them sunny side up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna flip them. We're gonna have over.
They're stuck together.
We're gonna have
They're
over
in
medium.
love. Ooh, that is perfect. You guys know me. I like my eggs.
She likes her eggs crispy. A little bit of crispy on the eggs I'm fine with. So I used to work at Waffle House in college. I was a cook. And I could flip eggs. Yes, I could. I can't anymore. I don't have the right pan to do it, but I could flip eggs. And I actually received tips for my omelets. And I had one customer that she was actually a server at the restaurant. She would only order her eggs. She used to be a server at the restaurant. She would only order her eggs over medium when I was cooking because I was the only one, she said, that actually got her eggs cooked the way she liked them over medium.
To be brown. All right, these are perfect.
So these, the yolk appears to be cooked all the way. They may not be. These may be over medium.
Sometimes I like the yolk runny, sometimes I don't. All right, so here it is, my 2 fried eggs, my chorizo.
They may be medium hard.
Have a radish and some carrots. So this is 393 calories.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, I got distracted talking about eggs. All right, we're going to add that to the breakfast diary. Instead of the vampire diaries, we're having breakfast diaries. All right, we're going to have fried eggs, 2. Girl, I'm already at 485 calories for the 2 fried eggs. Now, I did put them as large eggs. So, she has 393. The chorizo is 230. 2 fried eggs are 255. Now that could also be adding in, we're going to just say they're large. If we say they're just large eggs and not jumbo eggs, that does lessen it and put us at 331. So maybe they're just large eggs. I don't know what kind of eggs she's using. And then we had 1 radish. Raw. Yeah, we're gonna say that's 1 medium radish. It's 1 calorie. And then we're going to say we have baby carrots. Doesn't look like much. We're gonna say that's half a serving because I don't think that's 85 grams. I don't know. I don't know if she weighed it. So I've got 347.
My chorizo, we have a radish and some carrots. So this is 300.
So she says 393. So the eggs, I don't know what kind of eggs she has. That's my problem. We're going to say extra large eggs. Maybe they're jumbo. Maybe they're jumbo eggs. But that's only 1 egg. Okay, 2 2 large eggs. 2 large eggs gets me to 448 calories. So we have a discrepancy between what I'm using and what she's using. But again, I don't know, because the pork sausage link is 230. So anyway.
And 93 calories in total.
So she has, for her day...
So we have a radish and some carrots. So this is 300.
So for her first meal, so I've come up with 2,281 calories for her day. Again, I'm not there to measure her food or know the exact brands of items that she has. But she has, let's see, 900, 16, 1,700. She has about 2,100 here for her calories. Now, in the grand scheme of things for Amberlynn, a couple of 100 calories isn't going to be crazy, but it does add up and it does make a difference.
193 calories in total. I've been loving a raw carrot lately. Look at Twinkie. I'm telling you, radishes are so good.
Radishes are good.
I should have put mustard on the plate.
Enough fucking mustard, I swear to God.
Chorizo. All right, this bite is for you guys. Wish you could try how amazing this is. You can actually. Just go to the store. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. And I'm going to be having a Sprite Zero with this meal. All right, you guys. So
Ready to tackle your debt? We can help. A Stretch Financial Wellness Vision subscription can help you vision.
So it is snack time. I'm going to be having 2 of these salami mozzarella thingies. 3 is this.
Okay, so we have this as a snacky snack. She said 2 of these. So these are the artisan wrap. Genoa salami. It's not prosciutto, it's salami. So she's only having 2 pieces. So that puts me at 2,400 calories.
Like, it's the perfect amount for me. I'm also gonna have some baby carrots. And I just recently discovered these.
What the hell? Oh. Bolus ice cream sticks. Coconut.
They're so good. Like, if you like vanilla and like a hint of coconut, like an ice cream type deal, get this. So it's a frozen cream pop, but it's literally just like ice cream. And this is what it looks like. It is...
And it's 221 calories.
Heavenly. So for this snack, it is 297 calories. And...
No, no, no. No. Okay, this is coconut flavored. The brand is Alados. Ice cream bar, coconut. Okay. That one's 90 calories. And then baby carrots. More fucking baby carrots, we'll say. She's having half a serving. So I have 224. But again, I'm not there to measure.
And I just recently discovered these. They're so good. Like, if you like vanilla and like a hint of coconut, like an ice cream type deal, get this. So it's a frozen cream pop, but it's literally just like ice cream. And this is what it looks like. It is heavenly.
Bring you some Dr. Pepper Zero. You bet, Aaron.
So for this snack, it is 297 calories. And
so I have 224, but again, I I don't think I have the exact ice cream thing that she's eating.
And that is all I'm eating for the rest of the night. I'm going to be having one of these Glacier Freeze Zero Gatorades, ending the night at 2,300 in.
So I have 2,500. That's what I have from my guesses on what she's eating. So I can share that here. So, because again, the eggs are what's throwing me off on this one because I don't know exactly what kind of eggs. The California rolls, I came up with more on those, but I don't know the restaurant she was ordering from. So, I mean, I would say she's pretty close for her
And
day.
82 calories.
You know,
Really,
you're
just
always,
because
you're always going to be plus or minus, probably about 10%, right? You're never going to be 100% perfect, especially when you order takeout.
My tripods in here. This is where we are going to do food for thought for this episode. So food for thought is just a way for me to reflect on the choices that I made today. So let's get into it. The last episode, I chose 5 random questions that I did come up with myself, and I realized after doing that video, I have dwindled it down to 3. If you had to improve one thing about today's food intake, what would it be? Honestly, I feel like I did such a good job today. I am happy with every choice I made, but for reflecting purposes, I guess the one thing I would change, I would have gotten just like 1 sushi roll instead of 2. Was there a moment?
Okay, yeah, doing 1 sushi roll instead of 2 would have been fine. Having sushi be her takeout, being her takeout meal, I would say is a good choice. It's going to be lower in calorie, have pretty good macros on it, so not a bad choice. I think for Amberlynn, her choices today were decent choices. So, and Heather, she could do better. We can always do better, Heather, but in the grand scheme of things, today wasn't a bad day for her. Her choices today weren't awful. She didn't order takeout for every single meal. She used lean ground beef. She did have a lot of rice, but, you know, maybe do a half and half. Why do I keep saying California rice? Cauliflower rice and regular rice. She could switch to a leaner meat like a ground turkey or a ground chicken, but ground beef isn't horrible. I mean, it's not going to be awful. She is using a lower fat content. She's using a leaner version. So she's eating some fresh vegetables with the carrots and the radishes. The chorizo, not awful. You know, she could do a swap and switch it to like a chicken version or whatever. But I would say in the grand scheme of things, for Amberlynn, today was not a horrible day. You know, she's not going to be perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect every single day. She is making these small changes. Just cooking at home for Amberlynn is a good thing.
Moment today that you were about to fall off track, but you stopped yourself? Honestly, no.
Oh, shut up, Reese Peace.
Because I'm eating.
What would you have her eat today instead? You want her to eat salads for every fucking meal? I mean, she has to eat. The food was not the... She was eating... Oh, shut up.
Eating foods that are genuinely filling me up, leaving me satisfied, so I'm not feeling like, oh my god, I'm gonna overeat, or uh-oh, I'm gonna fall off track. So I didn't feel that way at all today. Do you consider today a success?
So yeah, today wasn't, like I said, today wasn't an awful day for her. You know, for Amberlynn, not a bad day.
Successful day for you. No one else, just you. Why or why not? Absolutely. I stayed under my allotted calories. I allowed myself to have my little takeout meal while also cooking my other meals. I had freaking leftovers. You guys know I'm very weird about leftovers. I drank my water. I just feel like I did a really good job in my opinion. Obviously, as time goes on, I will slowly, you know, get better. But for what it's worth, I am proud of myself. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So, she didn't overeat today. So, it was gluttonous, overeating, vile trough. You know, shut up. Shut up. She wasn't overeating. Those were regular sized meals for somebody like Amberlynn. She wasn't like eating piles and piles of food. Shut up. So for Amberlynn, I would say that was a decent day for Amberlynn. She's trying to make small changes. She's trying to make small changes into her diet, and hopefully she'll be able to stick with those. I mean, she could have only ordered one California, or one what was it, a fried California roll, crunchy California roll. She could have only ordered one of those, and it would have been like half the calories, of course, and half of whatever else. And that may have been enough to fill her up, because 10 pieces is a decent amount for those, but she ordered 2. And she did say in her ending that the sushi was not a family platter. Shut the fuck up. It was 2 rolls. It was 2 fucking rolls of a California roll. Oh my god. That was not a family platter, for fuck's sake. It was 2 rolls. Just because you might only eat 2 pieces, like Heather said, you're being ridiculous. She wasn't being gluttonous today. I'm not defending her eating. I'm saying she did fine today for Amberlynn. Her eating today wasn't absolutely shit. She cooked her own meals. She knew what was going into them, except for the sushi. So, are there other little swaps that she could make? Absolutely. But for Amberlynn, that was a decent day as far as eating. And I would never tell her to not eat something if that's what she wants to eat. But there are swaps and changes that she can make to be more sustainable for her. So, yeah, Reese Piece, you can, as I've been saying to people lately, you can fuck off on that, because that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So I would like to see what you eat every day, Reese Piece, if you're going to be so super judgmental on what Amberlynn is eating. Why was the sushi deep fried? The gluttony is insane. Because they make... It's not... I think we need to get a dictionary so that you can know what the word gluttony means, because I don't think you know what the word gluttony means. And there are lots of sushi rolls that are deep fried to put a little bit of a crisp on it, because they are tempura. They put tempura batter a little bit around the edge, and they deep fry it for a few seconds. So, I don't know what your problem is. I would love to see what you eat every day. Do you eat salads every day? Do you just eat whole food salads like every single day? Are you better than the rest of us because you never eat anything that might be fried in something? Then good for you, but as I said, fuck off. So, I've been watching Liam a lot on YouTube and on TikTok. I think that's where it's coming from, because Liam tells people to fuck off. Curse you, Liam. He's the Plant Slant on YouTube. I enjoy his content as well. So, yeah. So I think today wasn't bad for Amberlynn. I think in her what was it, the Let's Talk video, hopefully her realizing a little bit that, hey, my behavior in relationships is the problem, and I need to work on that. So I think as long as Amberlynn works on trying to better herself and works with the therapist more, because none of these changes are going to be overnight, whether it's for her mental health or for her physical health. None of these changes are going to happen overnight. Yes, I eat salads and whole foods, grilled chicken and nuts. I am thin and... Well, you know what? Good for you, Reese Piece. I am so happy for you. The rest of us aren't. We enjoy food. We're not miserable, judgmental, shitty people. You know, good for you. And looking at your profile, I don't know if I believe you. Because if that's you in your picture, let's see. You have 0 content on your channel. You just joined November 7th, 2024. Yeah. You're a troll, and I don't believe you. But you know what? Not everybody is you. Amberlynn is doing pretty good for her, you know, as far as food. But yeah, the rest of us like to enjoy life. You know, maybe you should have a chocolate bar once in a while. Maybe it'll make you not be a dick. It's a picture of Dee Dee. Is that Dee Dee? Yeah. So you're behind a faceless YouTube profile that's been around for about 5 months. So you're probably going to be a troll, Reese Piece. So yeah. But you know, hey, you are entitled to your opinion on anything, and it's your opinion that Amber's eating today wasn't great, and that is your opinion that you are entitled to. But in the grand scheme of things, for Amberlynn, it wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad day. So she gained 10 pounds before she started these diets, right? So she gained 10 pounds before she started her cooking at home. So I don't recall. I think her last weigh-in, she was down a couple of pounds, if I remember correctly, the last weigh-in from this weigh-in Wednesday. So if she continues to do what she's doing, and this what I ate today. Now, granted, we're only seeing 1 day. This is only 1 day out of her entire week. So this is only the 1 day. We don't know what she's eating the other 6 days during the week. So, but if she's eating similarly, then I think she'll be doing okay. Now, the other 6 days, we don't know what she's eating. So, but based on this day was a decent day. The other 6 days, I can't say. So, we'll just have to see what the scale says and how her body responds moving forward. And I really think her trying to get a dietitian, working with a dietitian would be very helpful. So again, we're only seeing what she's showing us for this 1 day. The rest of the week, we don't know. She could be stuffing her face with junk food all day. We just don't know. So, but this day was a good day. Brows-eyed, that was everything she ate. Sorry, Brows. I think we're missing a word in there. Do you think that was everything she ate or not everything she ate? I don't know. But, hello, Mistress of the Dark. Good to see you. So, ALR can lose weight, but Reese Peace will have an ugly. Now let's not attack people. I'll tell them to tell people to fuck off, but let's not attack people. I'm sure Reese Peace is a lovely person, and if they just had a Snickers bar, they wouldn't be hangry, but that's okay. So, you were thin, something Amber will never be. Being thin doesn't make you a good person. You know, just because you're thin doesn't mean you're a good person. You can be thin and be an absolute shit person. I think being a good person is more important than being thin. And hopefully Amber is working on being a better person. So, and being thin doesn't make you better than anybody else. It just means that you're thin. And you obviously think being thin makes you better than a 500-pound woman on the internet. Aaron says, Amber always said her ideal weight is chunky. That's right. Amberlynn has said her ideal weight is to have some chunk to grab onto. She wants someone to grab onto her chunk. Speaking of which, I don't have my mug up here, but you can get your chunk merch. So, yeah. So yeah, Amberlynn has never said, like, just, and I'm the same way. I'll never be thin. It's just not my body type. I'll never be thin. I've never been thin except for when I was like 8 years old. So. All right. Well, it is 11:30 my time. I need to go run some errands. I need to go to the comic book store because I'm a giant geek, and go to the grocery store to get some chicken to throw in the crock pot. So, yes, I hate is ugly, no matter how thin you are. Yeah. Yep. Just because you're thin doesn't mean you are a good person. Hate does not look good on anybody, regardless of how thin or not thin you are. So, that is that. So, but you are, of course, welcome to your opinion, no matter how bitchy that opinion may be. But I'm going to go run some errands. I hope you all... yes, Nakana, you've been very fat and very thin during your life. You're still the same person. Exactly. You've been a good person regardless. But I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully you aren't in any areas where there are nasty storms, because those are still moving across the country. They're on the East Coast now, so please be safe. And if you're up north where they're getting snow, be safe there too. So, just have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. And until next time, be safe and take care.